We'll be chatting a little bit on their journey so far and what they are looking forward to in this particular season. And I'll start with you, Hardik. You played with Nehraji, and now you're going to listen to Nehraji with like whiteboard and stuff like that, making strategy. How is that relationship going to happen now?
First of all, I don't expect him to come on the whiteboard with a lot of ideas. Which one thing is very clear with Nehraji is that he lets all the players decide what they want to do and gives the freedom that enjoy your game, make mistakes, but you eventually learn from the mistakes. So, but for him, very excited for me to be associated with him and spend such quality time with him, because everyone knows that he's the most funniest guy you can meet.
Exactly, exactly.
He will never give you the coach vibe, basically.
Interesting is that you when you got the skippership of this particular franchise, you said something very interesting. You said captaincy is about looking after your teammates, period. And I like this approach because man management plays a very critical role in teams today, and you said it up front. What does that mean? Explain to us. And does it mean that Shami ko biryani अच्छा होना चाहिए, शुभमन गिल के कपड़े अच्छे मिलने चाहिए? What does it mean exactly?
Mainly from our side, our goal will be to make sure that the players are comfortable in whatever capacity we can help them out. And clarity has to be there, honesty has to be there, and as we all know that players generally, when the good times are going on, they actually kind of don't need any of us. But one thing we know that there will be difficult days as well in the season, because the season tests you. So we will make sure that when the difficult days are going on, we will be there for them no matter what. And my theory philosophy for this season is that success is theirs, failure is mine. So
wow,
that's way I
round of applause for this fabulous theory. Success is there, failure is mine. That's what you need, from an amazing leader like yourself, which we will see in the future. It's interesting that Ashish is sitting with you, because what you talk about is something Gary Thurston spoke in 2011, and many of his colleagues, including you, we would say that one of the great things that Gary brought to the table was he handled the team personnel independently very well. Ashish, you are now the head coach. Your coach was Gary. Life has come differently in a different circle. Tell us something about it.
That's what you call circle of life, I believe. No, see, first of all, I would like to thank GCA to organize such a wonderful event, as well as CVC, and it's a great privilege for us, so Hardik, Vikram, myself, all the boys, to create something special. It's a new franchisee, but as everybody knows, see, IPL is that kind of a tournament, like it's a new franchisee, but everybody has a similar kind of perks. Yes, they could retain only 4, we did manage to retain 3 players. So it's not new franchisee means, often you see other sports that teams are taking time, but in this tournament, we can create something special from year one. And you just mentioned Gary Thurston. You will see him soon around. And yes, see, when it comes to coaching also, like Hardik rightly said, it's man management. And see, all these guys are, when you are dealing with under 14, under 16 people, under 19 is different. But here you talk about IPL, they all have been played IPL for different teams, they're all playing for their country, they're all playing first class cricket, so they know what to do. And like Hardik mentioned, Hardik is there, myself, Vikram, all the other support staff are behind the boys, and we'll help them thick or thin. Like, he just said, when you win, then everything looks good. When players, but when even in coaching, I look at a player's perspective, that how I can help them. Like when things are not going your way, that's the time they need your support staff the most, and we'll always be there, and we'll have good season. And most importantly, you work hard, yes, but you at the same time have fun, and it's a learning process. Hopefully we can help them.
I think the fun part is pretty sorted. I don't know, when Hardik and you will be there in the huddle, it will be just entertainment. For sure, definitely, because you have a sense of humor, and I've seen good sides are sides which can laugh together. And I think that you'll bring to the table in a big way. You've got Vikram, somebody who's not, he's a little serious kind of a guy. You guys have played your cricket together. If I'm not mistaken, Naina, you've taken his wicket also.
I think so, he mentioned earlier also.
I think there are a couple of games that you played with each other, and Naina took Vikram's wicket, prolific score. I think once, I thought it were 2 games. One. But tell us how this combination is going to be. That Hardik and Nehra, cool guys, hard guys. Vikram and Gary, sincere guys, lawyer, board, laptop, technique. कैसे manage होगे?
No, no, see, you need a lawyer. He is our lawyer as well as our judge also, so we are fine. And see, I mean, you need every kind of people, because when you talk about team or when you talk about support staff, if everybody is similar, then there's no fun. You know, everyone is different, everybody's thinking is different, and that's what makes a good team, as long as you're working on the similar direction. And we are pretty much sure that we are aligned together, and we have worked earlier also in the past few years back. So all good, and Mr. Solanki looks, you might feel that he's a serious kind of guy, but he's not. Maybe a little bit of seriousness is left. By the end of the season, we'll take that away also.
Vikram, your experience. I mean, you've been like a multifaceted person, and you know like so many other things that you've done. Coaching, I mean, the prolific scorer you've been in domestic cricket in England. Tell us, born in Rajasthan, going into England, playing all your cricket there, and coming back to Gujarat. Are we lucky or what?
I consider myself very lucky, certainly. I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I've been given to be a part of this franchise, as are all of the players, I'm sure, as is everybody that's been involved. My experience to date has been that there's been an extreme amount of work that's gone into it to get us to where we are. We absolutely recognise that there is a huge amount of work to do throughout the season in sort of developing this team, developing relationships with the GCA. We're very minded of that. We're conscious that as far as cricket is concerned, we've got to come together as a group very quickly. We see ourselves as new, and I want to echo some of the words that Colonel Arvinder sort of mentioned about Bring It On. This is a motto and a method that I think we've got to adapt. We're no different to any of the other teams. We're at the starting line, similar to all of the other teams. We will not sort of allow ourselves the excuse that this is our first year. We intend to be competitive, we intend to work hard and have a lot of fun in and amongst that as well. What I'd also like to say is that I'm looking forward to getting to know the Gujarat fans. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of the Gujarat Cricket Association, to be associated with the ground that you sort of mentioned time and time again, to be associated with a state like Gujarat. Of course, I've got I'm from a neighbouring state. I was born not too far away from here. I spent a bit of childhood here. For everybody that's involved, I wish you the best. I wish all of us the very best for the year ahead, but also for the years beyond that. Let's work together. Let's get behind each other. Let's support each other. And I mean that from not just as fans' point of view to us, but I mean that from a cricket point of view towards the GCA, for everybody that wants the betterment of cricket in Gujarat.
Oh, beautifully said. Hardik, I'll give you the last words because you're the captain of the team. You know, T20 cricket, IPL is many times about patience. I mean, you do the process, you do the right thing, sometimes results might not come your way. We've got a balanced side. You've got you, as I said, Vijay Shankar and Miller down, the bowling with Rashid Khan, and the Afghan cricket looks good. Shubman Gill up the top, so many young cricketers. Patience is important part in T20 cricket. And I see your social media, I see you spending a lot of time with your son. Is it true that you have that kind of patience?
I mean, Agastya is teaching me that, right? That sometimes patience is important. I tell him that so many times he wants a toy and I don't want to give him. So I'm trying to teach him that, you know what, in life, patience is very important, because at the end of the day, it makes you it helps you to take the right decision. So I am slowly teaching him that, and eventually I think it will, the shadow of that will come on me, and maybe it will help us the team as well.
Outstanding. So basically what we are going to see is a strike rate of 130 in the first 25 balls and then 200 in the next 40 balls. Round of applause for these wonderful cricketers. Ladies and gentlemen, Hardik Pandya, Ashish Nehra and Vikram Solanki. We have some time for some questions for the media. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your time. You can ask the questions to these wonderful team here at Gujarat Titans, and then we can go ahead. Yes.
Hi Hardik and the Gujarat Titans, and congratulations for the launch of jersey. Hardik, I'm Ketan Joshi. My question is that this time the IPL will be with the new groups, Group A and Group B. And how do you take this kind of new IPL with the group? And because earlier we can see that all the teams is playing with the each other match, and now the group. And how do you look the match against the Chennai Super Kings? Because you will play against the captain pool.
I mean, we will be playing almost against all the teams, and eventually T20 is about, you see what is coming ahead. For us, what will be important that, yes, we will be playing some teams 2 times, some team 1 time, but for us, what will be important that we prepare well. We will always get the time, to prepare exactly how we want to do it against certain teams, and as you said, playing against CSK, obviously I'll be as excited as I'll play any other team. Obviously, my wife is there, but I'll be as happy as any other team as well.
इनका हेलीकॉप्टर जरा मॉडर्न है.
इन्वेंटर तो वही है.
Next one.
As a captain of the new team, what is your vision?
Our vision, I'll speak for us. For us, as we have said, we want to create a culture where all the players and everyone feels at home. We want to give them sense of security as well, because what I've learned over the years of playing 7 years in IPL, that whenever the players are feeling at home and they feel secure, eventually they get their best performance out, or they feel like they belong where they are playing. So for us, it will be creating a new culture, making sure that everyone gets whatever they require. As support, we will be always there for them.
Hello.
Just name yourself and we can.
My name is Adhiraj Jadeja from TV9 Gujarati. मेरा क्वेश्चन है हार्दिक से.
बोलो साहब.
मजामा साहब.
मजामा एकदम. તમે કેમ?
एकदम मजा. अच्छा, व्हाट इज योर फिटनेस अपडेट? क्या हम देख सकते हैं कि हार्दिक फिर से बॉलिंग करेगा आईपीएल में?
सर सरप्राइज है वो. सरप्राइज करें.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, friends from the media. Round of applause for the media as well. They've been always supportive to us.
देखो वहाँ पे.
पकड़ो कैच, जीतो मैच, ये तो हर कोई जानता है, लेकिन क्रिकेट की हर खबर हम आपको बताते हैं इंडिया टीवी क्रिकेट यूट्यूब चैनल पर. सब्सक्राइब करें, बेल आइकन दबाएं और जुड़े रहें इंडिया टीवी क्रिकेट यूट्यूब चैनल के साथ.